opening round of the 2003 THQ 125 AMA Supercross Series in Anaheim, Travis Preston stood atop the podium and looked like he was in good shape to defend his 125 West title from last year. However, since Anaheim, Travis has yet to post a win, and trouble on the track for him seems to be unavoidable. A second in Phoenix, a sixth in the second visit to Anaheim, and an 11th in last week's race in San Francisco add up to a 25-point deficit to series leader James Stewart. Bubba, on the other hand, has dominated. Since his second to Preston in the opener, he's won every heat race and every main, often lapping most of the field while making it look easy. A mechanical problem may be the only thing that can slow him down at this point. Chris Gosselaar, Matt Walker, and Andrew Short have showed promise. Perhaps one of them will pick up their first Supercross win as the series returns to Edison International Field for round 5 of the 125 West. This is the THQ 125 AMA Western Regional Supercross Series only on ESPN. February evening as we welcome you inside the House of Champions. This is Edison International Field. And hello once again, everybody. Todd Harris along with the former champ, David Bailey. We've got a great night of racing on tap for you. If you're in the James Stewart Jr. camp, the last 3 weeks have been absolute paradise. This kid can do no wrong.
Yeah, you know, he's always been impressive and fast, but last year he was a rookie, and he was crashing a lot and making mistakes that most rookies make. Now he's riding much closer to his potential. His lap times are sometimes 2 seconds faster than everybody else in the class, other than Preston at times, and it's just been incredible what he's been able to do and the leads he has gotten so far.
Well, let's take a look at the Suzuki AMA 125 Series standings. You'll see James Stewart and all that speed atop the board, followed by Travis Preston and Andrew Short in a tie. Then it's Chris Gosselaar and Billy Laninovich. Let's talk about Travis Preston. He's got the number 1 on his back, and it seems as late, it's almost been a magnet or a target. Has he been the subject of payback, or is this just racing?
You know, it looks like payback, but it's not. I mean, this all started in Phoenix. Preston pushed Walker. This is the reverse of that. Walker goes to the inside for a block pass, was just trying to get in Preston's way so he couldn't do that double and get him right back. I didn't see anything wrong with that, but the way the scaffolding was, it looked really bad for Travis. If I were him, he's out of the championship now. He needs to just go out and run over everything in his way that's colored green and go for broke, you know. And for everybody else, I don't think Walker did anything dirty there intentionally, but it looked that way, and hopefully that can all calm down tonight.
Well, after last week's action at Pacific Bell Park in San Francisco, everyone had an opinion, and here's a little bit of what went down.
I got second place tonight in front of 60,000 people, and I think, what do you get, James, about $1,500 to win the main event? I probably get $300 for getting second, so I'm in the hole $700 tonight. So. I'm not feeling too great right now, I can tell you that.
From what I could see on the tape, and also talk to my finish line flagger, I felt that Matt intentionally crowded him, and because of that structure being there at that point, it was crowding him endangered him. There's a rule against riding in a manner which endangers the fellow riders. So I actually fined him 1,000 but suspended 500 of it. The 125 class, the guys that usually settle down after a race or two, they're not settling down, and there seems to be an attitude out there that somebody owes somebody something. Well, they're going to owe me is what they're going to owe. You know, I got to take control of it before it becomes WWF.
Well, that was the past. We are looking to the future and a great night of racing here in Anaheim. Right now, let's welcome back the third member of our broadcast team, Davey Coombs.
Thanks, guys. The track builders are always trying to challenge the riders with new and unique obstacles, and tonight they've got a pretty strange one. It's called the Anaheim option. Here's how it works. After the start, they built 2 identical sections of the racetrack. One goes to the right, one goes to the left. After a turn in a straightaway, everyone merges back together. Now, during the race, the riders can go either way, right or left. But off the start, they have to stay in whatever lane they line up on. And that should make for some very good qualifying action, because in the main event, you go to the gate by how you finish in your heat race.
Dave, it's now time for our THQ track map.
Well, as Davey already pointed out, we got something brand new this time at Anaheim, and this is very creative. The guys are going to go right and left, 10 riders to the right, 10 to the left, then they merge back together, all 20 riders through the first rhythm section, 180 back through another rhythm section, followed by yet another one. Then they go down the first base line, whoops and a triple. Home plate, they make a right, go over another triple and some whoops as they work their way to the finish jump.
All right, we are now set for 125. Heat number 1, you are looking at Travis Preston, and I can't read minds right now, but you can sure read the expression on his face. Extremely focused, David.
Yeah, he's got a little more of a furrowed brow right now, and, you know, after the way the last few weeks have been, especially the last time here with Eric Sorby, and then last week with Walker, and there's Walker right there on the other side. He's going to have to go to his right. And it looks like Preston, well, Preston's on that same side, so some of the top guys are electing to go right here. They think that might be the faster of the two options. We'll find out in a minute.
Right now, we'll take a look at the starting grid brought to us by Nissan. There you see Travis Preston, Andrew Shorts in this one, as is Matt Walker, Danny Smith. Sean Hamlin's been looking good in the last few weeks. Tyler Evans, number 64. And, of course, Travis Elliott and the rest of the crew here in heat number 1. 125 West here in Anaheim, California, Edison International Field. And a beautiful night it is. We had a breeze going earlier, but remember, the top 6 will go to the main event. We're starting with 20 riders.
The sign is sideways, and for the first time ever, you're going to see guys go 2 different directions.
And we'll quickly correct ourselves. It's the top 9 to the main, 11 to the LCQ. We're only going 6 laps.
Looks like you've got Akira Narita coming in from the left from Japan, and then Craig Anderson, number 109, from the other side. So it's about even.
Well, David, I know they did a lot of testing during the week on which side was going to be faster, and from all accounts of the races I talked to, they all said it was dead even, either way.
At least you have the option. If it was one way, it'd be a touch one line, and, you know, everybody's so fast now, it's tough to get around unless you put some aggressive moves on people. See the timing section there working out a little different for the 2 front runners.
Akira Narita out in front out of Brea, California, on board the Suzuki, but he's also got company.
And they're only able to double that first triple. There goes Anderson into the lead, but they're only able to double that first triple because the whoops lead right up to the face. If they don't get a good run through those, they're forced to double.
Craig Anderson now inherits the lead as he goes through the start jump. As the green flag is out, we are off and racing. This is the first lap, 125 West, heat number 1. 20 riders going 6 laps. The top 9 to the main. They're 11 to the LCQ.
Well, the top 2 riders electing, you see the other 2 coming in from the other side. Hamblin and Josh Woods joining the party. This is pretty neat. I've never seen anything quite like it in jet skiing. You may probably remember that. They used to have the option to go right or left, but I've never seen anything quite that drastic here in Supercross, and it seems to be working out.
What do you think the danger level is on something like that?
Oh, there's no danger. It'd be worse if they were all forced to go into one corner. At least this way they can just go the other way of whoever's in front of them, hope to beat him through there. Look at that.
Nice run on the inside. Craig Anderson getting some company. He will lose that position he had.
Danny Smith getting a great run through the whoops that time. I talked about you got to get a good run through him. He nailed it, was able to triple and get a little gap.
So Narita got the whole shot, but now it is Danny Smith as they're on their second lap. Smith from Middleton, Idaho on the Suzuki ride. Behind him is Craig Anderson, originally from Australia, on board the Yamaha YZ250F. Looking very good.
And I'll tell you what, don't count Preston out in this heat race. He's coming into the picture there behind Sean Hamblin. Jumping up onto the plateau. The leaders are in his sights, and the way he rode through the pack last week, everybody other than James Stewart, who's not in this race, he owned those guys, and there's plenty of time for him to get up and battle with Danny Smith if he doesn't check out before Preston can get there.
Interesting race, David. I thought initially that merge would cause more havoc than it has, but so far it looks like the races have figured it out no problem.
No, I just like it because you do have that option. You know, I was watching the guys at practice, Chad Reed in the 250s and James Stewart in the 125. Whichever way the guy in front of him went, they went the other way. So it's nice to be able to race each other through there and see how it works out when they come back together.
We drop back and watch the battle for third right now. It's an amazing track, though. I mean, we talk about how good it is. Travis Preston not in the front of the pack. Does that surprise you?
No, because he's a bigger guy and he gets murdered on the start. 125, you got to be light to be able to get out and get a great start. And he pays a little bit of price, but once he's out on the track, he's fast. Obviously, he came through the pack. He's up into third now. And that time he went left. right behind Danny Smith and Josh Wood. So that seems to be the faster way right now.
Well, it's interesting you bring up the jet ski racing, because back in the day with the IGSBA, they used to use it. And look at this. They used to use it. Riders would say, well, I'm not getting them on this side, so I'm going to try the other track. And it always made it very interesting. Look at Travis Preston, number 1, making a run. Currently sitting in 3rd place. As David pointed out, he did not get the whole shot, but this has been his forte all year long.
Watch this loop section right here. He's so fast. Gains a little ground, but Woods was very impressive. He got in there, and he knows Preston's fast, so he probably went a touch faster that time to take a chance. Now Preston deciding, okay, I've tried the left, let me go right. Maybe they'll make a mistake. But he can get around.
This is 125, heat number 1. Akira Narita got the whole shot, but since then it has been Smith, Woods, and Preston running out in front. 6 laps, the top 9 will go to the main event. Talking with some of the riders, David, they're all talking about how technical it is, but a guy like Travis Preston, a beautiful pass right there, slides into 2nd place. How a guy like Preston can really make this work to his advantage.
Yeah, he's pretty sharp out there on the racetrack, and these whoops is where he's been so fast. Now, I didn't see the lap times after practice. Stewart looks great, like he always does, but I really was impressed with the way Preston has looked. And here he goes to the inside of Josh Woods. Josh looks a bit surprised right there, but he had to feel that coming. Now, Preston should be able to reel in your leader, Danny Smith. Passing him would be another story, but there you can see how close he is already. In the 2 whoop sections is where he's making up all of his time. He's fast everywhere else, but the whoops are really his deal here.
So it's Travis Preston on board the Honda out of Hesperia, California, looking very good, and here he comes, starting to close in. Danny Smith out of Middleton, Idaho, on board the Suzuki. This is the final lap of the 125 West Heat number 1 race here in Anaheim, California, our 3rd and final stop to this House of Champions.
Preston's got 2 chances. This
and here comes one of them.
Right here, and the one after it before the finish. You got to go for the triple. Nope. So that's it. Danny's got enough of a cushion to hold it to the finish, but the lap time, that last lap by Preston, was a 1 minute flat, a full second faster than everybody else, so he can take that to the main. Good job for Danny Smith hanging on.
So Danny Smith picks up the victory. Travis Preston gets 2nd. And for Travis Preston, you've got to wonder if you're part of that team of his at Honda Amstel Chaparral, what happens if Travis Preston ever gets a whole shot?
Then he can check out the way Stewart has been. But, you know, that's a big if when you're 6'3" and riding 125. He's carrying a little bit extra weight out there. It's killing him, but it's just he has to be more precise. It's possible to get a start, but everything's got to click perfect.
So it's Smith, Preston, and Woods going top 3, but remember the top 9 go to the main event. The other 11 riders have to go to the LCQ. We're going to step aside and take a break, but when we come back to Anaheim, California, we'll have official results, talk with our winner. Right after this, you're watching Supercross Racing on ESPN. THQ 125 AMA Supercross Series is being brought to you by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and all-terrain vehicles. By THQ's MX Superfly featuring Ricky Carmichael, now available on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube. And by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, personal watercraft, and scooters. And welcome back to Edison International Field on a gorgeous night in February, a nice time of the year to be in Southern California. As we take a look at our Honda Heat 1 official results, there you see your winner, Smith, followed by Preston, Woods, Hamblin, Anderson, Evans, Walker, Narita, and Elliott all moving on to the main event. Right now, let's send it down to the field and Davey Coombs.
We're down here with Danny Smith. Danny, great way to start your night.
Yeah, for sure. We got a unique track tonight. Everybody's kind of talking about it, but so far it seems to be pretty fun. I like the layout. My bike's running great. Sorby Suzuki put a great bike under me this year, and starting to put it out front, so it's good.
I know you have a special guest with you. Damon Bradshaw came down from Idaho for you.
Yeah, I think he's getting bored up there. You know, not a lot going on, and also the weather's a little crummy, so come down here, enjoy a little sunshine, and root me on. So far, it's working.
Good luck in the main.
Thanks.
This is heat number 2 of the 125 West, and we have got a great lineup, including this gentleman. We've said it before, we'll say it again. This man makes fuchsia look darn good.
And that's his lucky helmet, of course. It fell off his handlebar last week and tumbled a little ways. I don't know if that's a new one or he's just wearing it scratched, but it seems to be working for him.
Well, let's take a look at the THQ starting grid. There he is, number 1, sporting the 259 race plate. That is James Stewart Jr. A great heat, though, with Chris Gosselaar, Billy Laninovich, Eric Sorby. Then we've got Hansen, Bess, Adams, and the rest of the crew as they go by here on the THQ starting grid. And for James Stewart, what do you tell the kid that he hasn't already been told that he's not already doing? If you take a look at the 30 board, which is up.
Just keep smiling, keep having fun, keep riding the best you can.
Well, like you said, there's a lot of talent in this field. There's Christopher Gosselaar out of Corona, California, on board the Honda Amstel Chaparral Honda. Gosselaar, we've talked about this kid. He's another one of those. He gets the package all dialed in on any given night. He can win as the 30 board goes sideways. 20 riders going 6 laps. The top 9 to the main, the other 11 at LCQ. We've already got a rider down as they split the track here. Get set to watch the Anaheim merge.
I think that was Ryan Morris that went down. Yes, it is number 160. He has had nothing but bad luck. But it's Stewart in control. I don't think it matters if he goes left or right off the start. He's still going to come out up front. He's got Laninovich right behind him as Doc Bodner takes a look at Ryan Morris. Here's another look at the start. Stewart's going to be over to the left. Didn't look like he got the best jump, but he had the inside, did a little pushing. You can see Ryan Morris going down and got run right over. Stewart's already got himself a nice lead. Tricks over the triples. It must be unbelievable for the guys in second to look up ahead and see, look at the lead. It gets bigger every week earlier in the race. I mean, he's by himself right now.
What would it be like to have a day in the life of James Stewart? He is absolutely flying on board that Kawasaki. James Stewart just motoring down the course as the battle for second, and this is a familiar phrase for us. As you look on the right side of your screen, James Stewart all but checked out, and the battle for second now rages on. But remember, 9 will go to the main event. But David, you know, in this 9 with James Stewart in the main event, pretty much a foregone conclusion. You really want to get a good position on that starting line.
Yeah, Sorby doing a little pushing right there, pushes Laninovich up high. He had the inside. I guess he could afford to do it. I don't think he meant for that to be bad. But Laninovich got past. He had to try to keep him going off the racetrack, get shuffled back. He may be motivated now to get back up in there and give that back to Sorby. But the lead by Stewart, I mean, when these guys are in the air off the triple, they look up to the corner ahead of them and down part of the next straightaway, and they still don't see the kid. That's just unbelievable.
Well, it's roughly about 100 yards right now. We've just completed 2 laps. Stewart's already gone through his checkered, the flag indicating another lap kicks off.
Now, watch this view he has. When he goes out on the starting line, looks right or left, he doesn't see Stewart. He's already around that left, the next right, going down the next straightaway.
Chris Gosselaar, number 39, in the middle of the pack, currently in 4th position, having issues right now. Extremely fast, David, trying to find the right line on this very technical course here in Anaheim.
Well, he's pretty much, other than Stewart out front, it looks like Gosselaar's got the fastest pace going right now, running up on the back of Laninovich. They both got around Tiger Lacey. They're running 3rd and 4th. They're both, it looks like, especially from what's happened in the past, I expect both of them to catch up to Sorby, and that could get good.
There's that whoop section that really seems to be telling the tale.
That's the critical part right there, Todd. If these 125s don't get a great run, they lose so much time right there. You know, Stewart, he's just going to seat bounce that triple, even if he doesn't do the whoops right, chase it, whatever it takes to get over it, because a lot of time gained with jumping.
Billy Laninovich comes through, as does number 39, Christopher Gosselaar, currently sits in 4th place. James Stewart's lap time just over 1 minute, so not bad for James. I'm sure he'll go back to the fence and he'll be told where he can pick up any extra time as if he needs to.
Well, I felt like after watching practice and looking at, you know, as long as this track is, the way the whoop sections are, I was real impressed with Preston. He had a minute flat lap time in the last heat. Stewart hasn't dropped it down into the 59s yet. When he does, well, then it'll look like this could be Stewart's night again. But Preston has something for him if he can get off the gate anywhere near it. Sorby holding his own right here. If he only doubles, though, Laninovich and Gosselaar really reel him in. That sets up the pass.
Look at that. Great action in the corner right now. Eric Sorby's got his hands full as they go through this all-telling whoop section. Billy Laninovich looking very good. And Laninovich on 132 to KTM gets the job done.
Beautiful. Billy wheelied into the whoop section, set the front wheel on the first one, and then just flipped the top. If you hit the first one, it bounces you up. Now you got a neat thing going on where they're going different ways. Sorby's all by himself, going, I got to beat these guys back to that corner. And he's a bit behind.
This is 125 heat number 2. James Stewart Jr. got the whole shot, and it's been the James Stewart show as we look at Billy Laninovich. Go back and look at his pass one more time as he gets past 917 Eric Sorby.
See him wheelie right into that whoop section, then he sets it down, gets back on the power, keeps the bike flat while Sorby's going up and down a little bit more. Nice move. Billy's very technical.
And I'm sure that's why KTM has him on board, because he makes that machine look so good with just 2 laps to go here in the 125 heat number 2.
Sorby going for that triple that time, because if you didn't, you knew Gosselaar was back there, you might get dropped back again. Now, we're talking about the minute flat, who's going to drop it down to the 59s of all people, of course. James Stewart does. He did a 59.9, the last lap of 59.7. So he's getting it wired as the white flag out.
Well, James Stewart got the whole shot. There you see a split coming into view. The Anaheim merge will take place. Let's see if Eric Sorby can find a way to get back into second place as they come into the right side of your screen. Gets a nice run into it, David, and he does it.
I love the way it shoots him back into there side-by-side down the straightaway. Yeah, you got to hand it to Sorby when they're fighting back. Usually when he starts getting past, that's the end of it. He fought back, hooks the back tire of Laninovich. What a race. Too bad it's not for the lead. Still good. Laninovich triples all the way into the corner. That was sweet.
Meanwhile, out in front, number 259, James Stewart, out of Florida, on board his Kawasaki, will take the checkered flag. Oh, my.
And a 14-second lead. That cruising last lap was a minute flat, so the kid is going.
Well, he has been winning by 20 seconds, so maybe his father will chastise him. And look at that. Sorby making a beautiful pass at the end. Gosselaar has no answer for it. So it's Stewart getting the victory. Laninovich, Sorby, Gosselaar, your top 4.
Gosselaar jumped that thing blind. The finish line jump came down right next to Laninovich, who rolled it. A little scary.
We'll step aside from Anaheim, California when we come back. Final results, plus we'll talk with our winner right after this short break. Back inside Edison International Field in beautiful Anaheim, California, as we take a look at our Suzuki final results in the 125 AMA Supercross Series West heat number 2. James Stewart Jr. is your winner. Billy Laninovich second. Eric Sorby finishes in third. Right now, let's send it down to Davey Coombs.
Well, James, great start to your night here.
Yeah, you know, here, my Chevy truck Kawasaki got me out to a great start here at Anaheim. You know, the track's a lot different tonight. We got split lanes, and, you know, every track has whoops and triples and stuff, but it's nice to come back out here to a nice stadium and see split lanes. So, you know, hopefully I can go out there and put 15 perfect laps like I did that heat race and come out on top.
All right, good job.
Thank you, Davey.
Time now for our Honda flashback. Last year at our third stop at Anaheim, many fans hoped the new kid, James Stewart, would make it good at Edison International Field. However, it was Brock Sellers with a whole shot and the lead from start to finish. Two crashes would put Stewart at the end of the pack twice. Yet, to the delight of the crowd, he was still able to move his way through traffic to finish 11th place. This phenomenal effort would help him retain the 125 West points lead. It's time now for our Suzuki on track.
This year for round number 5 in Anaheim, we have a special event planned, the Suzuki Crossover Challenge. This is where athletes from all different action sports, including downhill mountain bike racing, BMX, and surfing, all come together. There's even a few musicians out there. And the best thing about these guys, they can really ride. Let's see how they do on the real Supercross track.
Yeah, I was out at Jason Steele's ranch for a couple days, riding some Supercross out there, and then went and did some mountain biking up north with Jamie.
All right, Bryce, get up on the front, lean forward. All right, this is your starting gate. Ready? Ready? Go! Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go!
I'm more prepared than I was last year.
Well, the Suzuki Crossover Challenge, that's been going on for the last 4 years. Suzuki's been involved with Clear Channel and the shop called Chaparral, a Suzuki shop out in San Bernardino. Combined our forces and put together a 24-bike program for all the stars and all the crossover riders. That's why it's called the Crossover Challenge.
I think the BMX guys and the skate guys are probably a little crazier than the surf guys. Motocross is one of the only other things besides surfing that I can be completely focused on, you know, what you're doing, and it's similar to riding a wave in a sense that you could never be distracted because what you're doing is pretty intense. And it's fun. It's a really good workout, and I have a lot of respect for the guys who ride motocross well.
Yeah, last year I won it, and then I didn't do it the year before, and then I won it the year before that when we could ride our own bikes. But Suzuki, you know, sponsored this year, and it's the last couple of years, and it's been pretty cool that everyone's riding the same stuff, so it's kind of like an IROC deal.
Most of the trash talk is between us, the skateboarders. We have a rivalry because we've all kind of been riding around the same amount of time, and the people for me to beat are, you know, Cab, Ellis, and Furlong. If I can do that, then I win.
I'll tell you one thing right now. They came here, practiced early yesterday on this track. Freaking cheat. The biggest cheat I've ever lived with.
Look at this guy.
Look. Hey, cheat. Go get some more lessons.
Quit cheating. Now he's trying to take our legs out from under us.
I think the guy moved in with Ricky Carmichael last week.
Yeah, like the 4-foot clan. Hey, have fun trying to restart your bike when you stall it on the line.
That's me.
Shorty.
That's what I do.
I did it 4 years ago, back when it was bring your own bike, and I got 4th place. I was about 17 then, so hopefully I got a little more skills this year, and I've been riding 125, so hopefully I'll be a little better.
I was stoked because, you know, I got a decent start, but me and BJ Smith, I was tied up on my jersey for a little bit at first. So it was cool, man. It's my kind of race, you know. I mean, I just kind of got out there, and, you know, my trainer, Jeremy Mcgrath, told me to get a whole shot and do like he used to do, so that was my game plan.
The 125 main from Anaheim, California is straight ahead. Back inside Edison International Field in beautiful Anaheim, California. It's time now for our Mcgrath moment. Jeremy Mcgrath's amazing career has been something to watch. One of Jeremy's greatest attributes was his ability to focus, unfazed by his start position or competition. The Supercross race in Houston in 1994 is a prime example, as the race to the first turn left him in 15th place.
Henry was as high as 5th, but he suffered from lack of practice time as well, as we see the checker flag come out. Win number 2 in 2 events for Jeremy Mcgrath.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. You know, I was in there with my teammates, and I threw a couple block passes that, you know, I didn't think they were too bad, but, you know, I kind of got off balance on the start and didn't get such a great start. So, you know, unfortunately, I had to come from behind, but that just lets everyone know that I can do it.
And here are the highlights from the 125 last chance qualifier. The French invasion continued as Pascal Leray, number 902 on board his KTM, got the whole shot.
He rode smooth. Behind him, Brian McGavran put in a fine ride, but he got past the very end by Andrew Short.
The Nissan qualifying results look like this: Leray, Short, McGavran, and Harrison. Here are Honda main event starting grid. James Stewart obviously in there. Danny Smith we talked about. Billy Laninovich has looked very good, and he's got some great starts. Travis Preston will be in there, and the rest of the pack as they come through. It'll be interesting to see Walker, Sorby, Preston, Saga, scenario part 3, but it'll be interesting on that front. We'll keep an eye on that. We will also have a dual hole shot. SXGP.com is not going to be hit just once tonight, but twice, because we have the split track there you see on the right side of your screen, the flashing lights. That's for the left side, and the same spot exactly on the right side. So we want to thank the folks at SXGP for doubling down on the cash. As Bubba gets ready, folks, let that Fox Fuchsia burn your retina, because that man is fast. Right now, let's go to Davey Coombs, who is trackside.
Well, we've been talking about the Anaheim option a lot, but I'm showing you the hardest part of the racetrack right now. These have got to be the toughest and steepest whoops that the riders have seen so far in THQ Supercross. And because the track's so hard packed, look at it. They have not broken down one bit. And you got to get through all these before you can even do that triple. The toughest section of the track right here in the whoop.
All right, thank you, Davey.
30-second board is up. is getting nervous time. These guys flinch, check the gas, mess with their goggles. There's Sorby.
Got the war face on.
Concentration, man. You're watching that guy as soon as he turns it sideways, which it is. 5 seconds.
This is it, the 125 main from Anaheim, California.
Stewart looked like he got the lead over on the left, but was Sorby got around him. And Pingree edges out from the left side, or the other side.
So 241, 917 are your whole shots. SXGC, that's Eric Sorby, is 917. Look at this, a great battle. James Stewart to the 259, flashing the colors for a quick look for Eric Sorby, and paint him gone.
And Preston is mid-pack. Terrible start. Andrew Short pretty far back in the pack as well. So Stewart, forget about it. It's over. He can fall and still win this race. This kid is amazing. You know, I mean, I don't want to discredit everybody else in the pack, but the kid is just unbelievable. Look at him going for the pass right here over Sorby. Just stays a little bit lower on the gas, a touch harder. Stays lower again, gets back to the ground. No question about that. Didn't have to make contact. He's just that much faster.
Well, give credit to Eric Sorby right now. He's trying to stay in contact. That's number 917. But the man of the hour, the man for the last 3 weeks, has been 259, James Stewart, Jr. out of Haines City, Florida. And folks, if you're hoping for a mechanical problem to slow him down, the folks at Kawasaki have been doing a great job of keeping that machine flowing, as same for Eric Sorby.
Well, now James can... I'll say it for him. There's Preston, 12th place right now. He's behind Hamblin, trying to work his way up.
12th is good for Travis Preston, though. I mean, it's not where he wants to be, but it's doable. He'll pick off 3 or 4 each lap and try to get within shot, but the problem is he can't
Look at that. Just past 3 riders. Has enough speed to jump the triple. Passes our camera boy, Tyler Evans. 4 guys he passed. So, yeah, the podium is a real possibility for him. There's a good look at Travis from Tyler's view. Passes another rider. So Preston is sliced through the pack, no problem, but, you know, the start is really killing him.
What do you do if you're a Honda camp and you got this talented kid who just has that big number 1? He's got all the tools in the world. How do you get him to start? What does he need to do?
Well, he needs to be a couple inches shorter and 5 to 10 pounds lighter, really. Let's check this out again on board. Here comes Preston to the inside. No contact, just good clean pass over the triple. And then this whoop section this afternoon in practice, compared to the 250s, everybody, Preston was the fastest. He's got those whoop sections dialed. He tripled into this section, so he's up to the fast rhythm. He's through the traffic. Goes for the triple there, lands right behind Pingree, so he's looking at second. There's your battle for second.
Look at that. And he slides right in there. And look who he's behind. Matt Walker. We'll step aside from Anaheim momentarily. When we come back, more of the exciting 125 made on ESPN. Welcome back to Anaheim's Edison International Field, and the 125 main is in progress, and no surprise, James Stewart is in the lead.
Here comes Preston down the right side. Walker jumps out just ahead of him. Preston's got the inside, jumps past him and looks, going, okay, let's stay away from each other, can we?
Can't we all just get along? This is the 125 main event. Your leader, the man who got the whole shot, James Bubba Stewart. And he's pretty much gone. He's got over a 100-yard lead on anyone else in the pack. He's been winning by 20 seconds or more. And unfortunately, they're having to roll that finish time as we've got 10 laps to go. So the safety crew doing a great job. They've got a tough block out in front of Christopher Gosselaar to protect him. But he really has hurt that right arm. Bubba has turned the fastest lap 1 second quicker than in his heat race.
Down to 56.5. He's lapping Shane Best already. Shane Best, a hot amateur coming out, hasn't really clicked as a pro yet, but he's still got a little time. Not everybody just jumps in and wins. We got a huge pileup in the whoop section.
Down the first base line, yeah, and James Stewart is coming onto it right now. He'll see when he comes around.
And here it is, flags out everywhere. He still blasts into those whoops because they're off to the right, but that involved our helmet camera. Tyler Evans, he's up and away.
If you're the competition and you're watching James Stewart, lucky helmet and all, where do you find the weaknesses? Or do you? Or do you just attack what you can do in front of him?
Whatever, here's the look. Tyler Evans coming into the whoop section. Looks like he blows it, makes contact. There goes Danny Smith falling. He got lucky, fell on one of those tough blocks, pushing his fall. That's too bad. Those guys got together, and now it just makes it even more impressive for Stewart, who's just gone. And you know, the 250 riders, when they finish their practice session, they stay and watch James Stewart's practice. They don't call it the 125 practice. They call it Stewart's practice. I know we're working with Bill, and he's like, hey, I'm going to stay and watch Bubba. Because he does things that are amazing. Sometimes he does things the 250s don't do, and then they eventually do, but they sort of watch him to see what's possible because he's not afraid.
Look at him just fly past riders. He's got a 12-second lead over second place right now, which is Sorby, which is absolutely amazing. Talking with Bruce Sternstrom of Kawasaki, and I think everyone wants to know, when is this kid going to go to 250? And Bruce said, you know, he's only 17. If we push him too fast, too early, he's going to retire at 23. I think the plan is, what I'm hearing is, he wants to get to one place, 125, see how he feels, and then make the jump when possible. We've got a great battle for third, and Travis Preston is in the mix.
Well, Preston was able to shake Matt Walker. Now he's up on Woods, and this will be a real test for Josh. He didn't jump a little double before the finish, so Preston creeps up just a couple more bike lengths. He decides, okay, I'm going to go to the right and stay with him. He's been going out to the left. He wasn't gaining any ground, so he's going to check it out, follow Josh, position himself for a pass, and I would imagine that he could do it. Well, he almost had him there, but they're coming up to a whoop section, and I would expect Preston to be real strong there.
Well, with 8 laps to go, it is the battle for third place. Josh Woods is number 61 out of Flint, Michigan, on board the KTM, Red Bull KTM. Behind him, the man sporting the number 1 plate, the defending 125 West champion. That is Travis Preston on board the Honda out of Hesperia, California.
Look at this. Preston just gets into those whoops so much faster, and it allows him to jump the triple. That was close. He came down right next to Josh Woods.
When we return to Anaheim, California, we will have the conclusion of the 125 main event. Welcome back to Edison International Field as the 125 main is coming up to the conclusion. And no big surprise, James Stewart Jr., flash and all, is out in front. Travis Preston now sitting in third, looking to pick up second with just 5 laps to go. Travis Preston and Eric Sorby as they get ready to come up the split, and Preston is just happy to sit behind Sorby, maybe force the issue just a little bit, but this could wind up to be the best part of this race.
Preston he's motivated. He needs second place here. Just for his own personal feelings, you know? If you can't catch Stewart because he got up to a start, Preston didn't get one, at least beat everybody else. Beautiful.
And I think all the fans out there, David, are wondering the same thing as I am. When are we going to see a Preston-Stewart duel for multiple laps?
I don't know if we're going to get to it. I'd love to see it. I'm sure James would love to see it. He's probably, at times, feeling a little bit... almost.
Oh! Sorby comes up short and chases the spot where Preston has absolutely been flawless. And there he goes.
And I paused because I had a feeling Sorby was coming up short, but you got to hand it to him for going for it anyway. He knew he didn't have the speed. He's like, well, I'm racing. I gotta jump it anyway. He gets a little messed up right there, loses just the drive he needed. He wheelied into the face, so the bike bounced, and he got more height than distance. But he shrugged that off pretty good.
Tried tapping that back brake to bring it down. Meanwhile, Travis Preston, I know we're focusing a lot on second place, but this man was in 11th at one time. And as you see, he has now moved into second. So a tremendous ride by Travis Preston, the defending champion. There is your leader. This is the 125 main from Anaheim, California. James Stewart Jr. on board his Kawasaki, sponsored by Fox and Oakley. Out in front with a lot of room to spare. He is the leader. Travis Preston in second with 3 laps to go. Sorby now sits in third. Then it's Woods and Walker, your top 5. Right now, let's go down to Davey Coombs, who is trackside.
Jeremy, once again, it looks like Stewart's in control out there. Yeah, it looks good. You know, it's been a great season so far. We just got to keep it up. You know, every race is a new race. We kind of have little struggles through the day. You know, just trying to stay focused and motivated on what we're here to do, but we're doing it.
And we got more battling.
Sorby now having issues with Woods. Woods on board the KTM, gets the job done. He gets past Sorby's green Kawasaki. So Woods, David Bailey proved prophetic looking into the Bailey crystal ball, talking about how good Woods is and how talented he is. And he's proven you right. He now sits on the podium if things hold true.
He had to get in there and be a little aggressive and bump Sorby. That's okay. That kind of racing goes on all the time. Sorby can't be uptight about it. He was a little bit wide and because he felt the pressure of Woods, so he charged into that corner hard and he couldn't hold it tight enough.
Psychologically, do you think Eric Sorby's playing it a little casual because he doesn't want to have a situation where he's going to get booed afterwards?
Look at this.
And I guess not.
I cringe when those guys just float over that triple because casing that thing, I sat down there yesterday and watched. Actually, Mcgrath was out in practice.
Oh, no! Josh Woods goes down hard. His front nose catches. He goes over. Eric Sorby comes to a complete stop.
Oh, that's too bad.
And unfortunately for Josh Woods, the best thing that can be hoped for here is he just had the wind knocked out of him.
And it was going great. He seemed to lose his focus a little bit that last, like, quarter of a lap, lappers and stuff. Watch another. He gets into this whoop section really fast, and his front end hits that one too much. His foot slips off the peg, and it just sent him over. And the way he hit on his wrist and his head, I think he rung his bell pretty good.
Right here, he is in no man's land.
Watch his hands. Boom, they just fold over. He hit his head hard, and then Sorby and Short were just kind of stuck there. Sorby picks up second. Actually, I mean, he stays in third.
Sorby, Sorby now goes into third by virtue of that little mishap by Josh Woods. Meanwhile, our leader with the white flag out, number 259, James Stewart Jr., poised to pick up his fourth victory in a row on the final lap. And I think for the folks here in Anaheim, get your camera ready.
Yeah, this kid is pretty flashy. He's coming up to a triple.
I asked you earlier, David, does he have any weaknesses? And as a former champ, does he?
No, he really doesn't. I mean, he's just so aggressive. He's jumping over Josh Hansen right there, waving to the crowd. Here comes another triple. Flat lands it. It doesn't matter. He's so young and so resilient.
It's worth the price of admission to see this. James Stewart Jr., your winner in Anaheim.
Man, just getting this crowd so warmed up for the 250s coming up next.
Travis Preston coming around just now, so you can see the advantage once again that Stewart had.
Great ride for Travis, though.
He started in 11th. He wound up in second. Travis Preston, the defending 125 champion, say, I'll take it. It's getting better every week. You give that man a whole shot, and no wonder what this kid can do when he gets up there. Eric Sorby, give him credit. He stayed out of harm's way, rode a smart race. Eric Sorby will pick up third, and I think he's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, he can stand up on the podium with Travis, and they can look at each other and have some respect for one another because they stayed away from this stupid stuff. And James gets another hot lap, and the people love him.
When we return to Anaheim, California, we will have the official results and an interview with your winner, James Stewart Jr.
Everybody's riding and training together, and it's such a great sport, and it's good to do it on a Suzuki. The first Suzuki I had was a JR80, and man, ever since I've been hooked to the brand.
Just trying to have fun with it at first, and if you like it that much, just keep working at it, and eventually you'll get up here.
The DRZ line's so awesome.
Just like my bike, they're so fast, so easy to get used to. Such a variety to pick from. The whole family can go and get something they love.
Suzuki definitely has the right dirt bike for you.
California and Edison International Field, we just witnessed a very exciting 125 main event, especially if you're a James Stewart Jr. fan. As we take a look at our Suzuki final results, it's James Stewart Jr. winning, followed by Travis Preston and Eric Sorby joining them on the podium. Right now, let's send it down to Davey Coombs.
We're down here with a very happy James Stewart. James, congratulations. Another win. That's 4 in a row.
Yeah, you know, Davey, I'm feeling really good out there. You know, my Kawasaki's getting me out to a lot of awesome starts. And, you know, this race was very fun, you know, especially what happened today, you know, with the Columbia Space Shuttle crash. And I'd just like to give a shout out to all the families. I'm really sorry for everything. And, you know, I want to dedicate this win to you guys.
Good job, James.
Thank you, Davey.
Guys?
All right, thank you, David. As we take a look at our Suzuki Series standings, it is James Stewart Jr. starting to put on a bit of a lead here and stretching it just a bit. But Travis Preston, by virtue of a great showing here in Anaheim, has moved into a solid second place. And let's set it back down to Davey.
Well, we were hoping to see a big race between James Stewart and Travis Preston. But Travis, you just didn't get the start.
Yeah, I know. Those things have really been getting me. But I was just surprised I didn't get taken out. So I was happy just to finish in the top 10, actually.
Last question. Next week, San Diego, can you beat Stewart if you start with him?
You know what? My lap times in practice are better than his now. Last year, he was always better than me, so I just need to get a start, and I can run with him.
We'll look forward to it.
All right, thank you, Davey. What a great night.